Great Beef Man. Why have you summoned me?
Treskin, mine faithful subject, I have summoned thee forth to claim a holy quest of utmost importance.
That is a great honor, High Priest. What must I do?
Thou must travel to the dreaded Goat City, the position of which is known to us thanks to thine efforts, and sabotage their infamous milk fountains.
That sounds like a worthy quest. How should I go about this?
That is for thee to find out, and me to hear about when thou art done. However, through our agents who have us traveled to the city on reconnaissance missions, we now know that there are valves with which one may turn off the flow of milk. If thou were to make use of these valves and subsequently destroy them...
Is it not possible to merely destroy the fountains themselves, with explosives?
We do not believe so, no. If the fountains were to be destroyed, the milk would just merely flow through the ruins. We must turn off the milk flow and then make sure the sabotage cannot be reversed. When thou hast done this, return to me for thy reward.
I shall.
The flow just stopped. Go on, get the other one too. Great work! As far as I can tell, the milk flow to Goat City has stopped completely. Get back to the temple and receive your blessings from High Priest Beefman. You deserve it.
Well done, Treskin! The effect of thy sabotage was immediately visible on the morale of the wretched goats. The tide turned on the goats in skirmishes all throughout the city. Soon we shall strike at their very hearts. But we willest, of course, need to first lean back and laugh in a sly manner.
Yeah, of course. So, about that reward.
Naturally, thou willest be richly rewarded. Taketh the AUG in the safe behind me. The code is 1337.
I humbly accept your gift, Great Beef Man, and I offer you my gratitude in return.
Thou art a fine man, Treskin. 'Tis a pleasure to call thee a member of our ranks. When we hast planned our next surgical strike, thou wilt be summoned before me once again. Go now, under the protection of the great Lamar.
So, what do you think is on those big stone slabs in the... Sorry, I can't let anybody in here.
May the great llama frolic in your... Killed any heretics today, Brother Treston?
Hello, Trestcon.
Who are you?
My name is Pimp Jojo. I'm the chief field operative for DXO in this part of town, leading the fight for freedom against capitalist oppression.
Is that so?
Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill ya.
Not that you'd be able to if you wanted.
Right. Anyway, we generally do our best not to kill anybody. The recent car bomb was tragic.
If you think you can go around bombing people without anybody getting hurt eventually, you're naive. But get to the point. What did you want me to do? I assume that's why we're talking.
Yes, it is. I have a mission for you, and I'm willing to pay very generously for it. I know you're going to DXI. What else would you be standing here for? We've got our hands on some old blueprints from PDX, depicting an ancient server room somewhere in the ruins. Apparently, this server room is still active, in spite of being buried beneath eons of dirt and rocks.
Yes?
We need you to place a spyware device on the servers. When activated, this device will send data from the servers to our receiver, even through all the layers of rock. We're gonna find some data in those servers, which can help us gain control over the media in Forum City.
You want me to help you spy on my own allies?
It's for the good of Forum City. Nobody will be hurt. You have my word that we will not use any of the data we get to hurt anybody.
Alright, I'll do it. If I have your word that nobody gets hurt.
I'm extremely grateful that you should choose to prioritize the good of Forum City so high. Here's the spyware device. It should have instructions on it somewhere. You just place it on the server like you would a lamb. Then you use a multi-tool on it. Here's the tool. Don't throw it away.
Thanks. I'll see if I can find that server room.
Good luck.
Be careful. I just hooked myself up to the excavation site systems for a security check, and it looks like somebody hacked it. I can't be sure exactly what changed, but I think it was something related to the bot IFF systems. It was covered up pretty good, so take care if you plan to use the front entrance. The bots may actually think you're illegally trespassing. I'll investigate further into this hack. I don't know if Cashew mentioned it, but from what I gather, the DXI ruins are pretty dangerous. It can take quite a while to locate the firestaff. So if you got anything you need to handle tonight, you better get it done before you leave. That PC on the table can enable the elevator. You can log in with the user ID PDX Maintenance, and the password is DXI Control.
Target acquired.
You have no idea what an opportunity you passed up on today.
Now how did you know I was gonna be here?
I don't need to know. I have people to know it for me.
We know what you're after. The firestaff.
And I'll get it, make no mistake. And while you're down there getting yourself killed, your absence will leave me plenty of time to execute my plan.
How could you hope to strike against PDX? Baz and Cashew are invulnerable.
Like that dickweed Deus Diablo, you mean? Well, color me impressed. There are obvious ways to deal with that, the most direct of which is not to strike against them at all, but to strike against their allies. The almighty moderators will have no time to deal with me. It's all they can do to waste their time protecting the citizens.
Your plan will fail, Skara. It hinges on my death in DXI, and that's a big error.
I think not. That too has been taken care of. It's been a pleasure arranging for your demise.
Trescon. I'm taking over from Evil so he can get some rest. I'm afraid the whereabouts of the firestaff are nowhere to be found in our records, so you'll need to locate it yourself. There shouldn't be anybody down here. All the archaeologists left when the project was stopped. Oh, except the leader of the project, Beeble Quicks. We never heard from him since the excavation shut down. Stay alert, though. The structures are old and could be dangerous.
Welcome to DXI.
I didn't expect to find anyone down here. You must be Beeble Quicks.
Yes, that's correct. I'm the former leader of these excavations. Who are you? You look familiar.
Name's Trescon. I work for Planet Deus Ex.
Planet Deus Ex, eh? Ha! Now I remember. You're a moderator. You're the one they appointed 2 years ago in that really close election, right before I was trapped down here.
Well, sort of, yeah. It's a long story. You don't happen to know anything useful about these ruins, do you?
Oh yeah, I know lots. More than anybody else, really. I've lived down here for about, 2 years, you see?
2 years? You seem surprisingly sensible for someone who's been completely isolated for so long.
Thank you. I talked to the cat. It helps a lot.
I see. Well, anything you can tell me would be a great help.
Of course. Why are you down here?
I need to find an artifact called the firestaff. Do you know where to find it?
Oh yes, the fabled firestaff. Well, as far as we were ever able to discern, the staff should still be located in the remnants of Deus Ex Incarnate. There's a section where the moderators of old had the ability to rule the forums in their benevolent, despotic ways. You know, banning people, increasing members' ranks, knighting the new moderators. Well, we set a bot in there which only managed to send us a few images before our signals cut off, and the bot never returned. Here, I'll upload them to your data vault. We believe the moderators didn't remove the staff after the fall of DXI, so our best guess is that it should still be secured there. Near the beginning of the project, we found a local admin login for a specific important computer, but we never located the computer itself. The ID was admin with the password DXI_admin_X8. Perhaps that will be of use to you.
Thank you. This should make my job a bit easier. Any idea what sort of danger I should be aware of? I'd like to know what happened to your bot.
Danger? Ho 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 ho! Well, for one, there's the problem with the lava caverns. We had a few make it across, but when somebody didn't, our access halted immediately. Cost PDX a ton in workers' compensation to the surviving family. We had a few bots make it past the magma, though, and into the buried building we believe to be kinda the moderator-oriented part of Incarnate. There's still power there, and we never found its source. Be assured that there will be security systems to hack past. On top of that, I've heard reports of Karks lurking about there as well.
Lava, security systems, and Karkians? Sounds like a lovely place. So how do I find these caverns?
The way to the caverns is to the southeast of my home. It's through a large concrete wall, difficult to miss. If you want to have a look around the ruins, you just go straight ahead. But there's nothing really important up there. You may get a chance to visit it later.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
That's all I needed to know. Thank you. You've been a great help.
You're welcome. Oh, by the way, if you'd like me to help you a bit along the way, I can PM you with important information to help you find a staff. All you need to do is send me your HUD access code so I can follow your progress. And promise you'll come back to me with the staff so I can take a look at it. I just want to see it.
You have an InfoLink broadcast system?
Well, yes, but my broadcasting equipment isn't exactly state-of-the-art anymore. And I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't fully compatible with the technology your HUD is based on, so you may get some static every now and then.
And what will you do with the codes when my work here is done? Continue to watch my every move?
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. My equipment isn't nearly effective enough to transmit through all these layers of rock and concrete. I think my signals barely reach the other end of these caverns. As soon as you leave the excavations, the static should also stop.
I think I'll be fine on my own. I'd rather not have my vision randomly messed up. Goodbye.
Alright, if you think you can handle it by yourself, goodbye and good luck.
Scanning area.
appear to have found the old comm-ops area. Correct me if I'm wrong, but these blueprints show a raised floor beneath the mainframes and the shark storage. You'll need to crawl down under that and place the spyware there. When the box is in place, activate it with the multi-tool I gave you. Well done. The device has already started transmitting. I'll meet you back on the surface and give you your reward. Like I said, I have an AUG and some credits for you. Good luck getting back out of there.
And so the hunter has become the hunted. It is a cliché, but it is also currently the truth.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not. Who are you?
I'm Gwog. I founded this place.
You founded Deus Ex Incarnate?
I did, and alas, I am also responsible for what happened to it. The planetization was all my idea.
What can you tell me about this place?
Not much. Far less than you might expect in any event. Most of it was lost in the planetization, including me. It was such a tragedy.
Do you know where I might find this firestaff?
Firestaff? I think I may know what you mean. We had a staff once. We just called it the admin staff, which we used to aid us in our moderation. We used to keep it in the moderator control room. Sorry if I can't tell you much. I've barely been sentient the past few years. I'm not even sure what the control room is anymore. Seems like the world has gradually been fading around me ever since the planetization.
What exactly is the planetization?
It was when we joined GameSpy. I can't tell you much about it. I would if I could, but it's too dangerous. I'm sorry.
I understand. Can you at least tell me what happened during the planetization then?
It was horrible. Everything had been carefully planned. Even though we knew there'd be risks, nothing had prepared us for... Oh God. I killed thousands of people. I wiped out my entire city, destroyed the trust of all those citizens who believed in my leadership. I killed them all.
Go on.
Out of the thousands and thousands of citizens, only a few scores survived. Out of 14 moderators, 2 made it out of that catastrophe with their lives. Despot and Digital Ronin, my most trusted men. As you can see, I didn't.
Despot? Despot was a moderator of Deus Ex Incarnate?
Yes, I say he survived, but that may be an exaggeration. Something happened to him. I'm not sure what, but he was horribly disfigured at first. Then as time passed, he turned into a monster. I'm not sure his mind took no damage, but his body mutated and became something else.
And Digital Ronin?
He was a hero. Along with 11 of the nearly mythical moderators, I perished in the cataclysm. And Despot, who I named my successor as an admin, was in no shape to lead the survivors. So the responsibility landed on Digital Ronin, who carried it proudly upon his shoulders. He lived up to everyone's expectations, guiding the desperate and confused people through the difficult task of rebuilding their old city. He became nothing short of a saint.
And yet Despot became admin once the city was established?
There were some who wanted Digital Ronin as admin, but he declined. Maybe it was because he alone knew that I'd appointed Despot to succeed me. But I think he just didn't want to be admin. Maybe it was both. But he left. He held a great speech, to which Despot of course didn't show up to, due to his condition. And then he left the forums. I think they preserved that speech in writing somewhere in PDX.
That's an incredible story. How do you know all this, if you were dead? How come you're still here?
I'm not an expert in metaphysics. My best bet is the responsibility for the deaths of so many innocent people was simply enough to keep me here in this world. Or maybe as admin, my connection with the city was too powerful to break. Something just happened during the planetization, which somehow created a shadow of my account to let me hang around in a more passive state. In any event, my ghostly form allowed me to follow much of the progress of the city after my demise.
And you never intervened? You never showed yourself?
It appears I can only manifest myself down here, where my attachment to this world is the strongest. Up there in the new city, I can only barely sense what's going on. Besides, intervening would just have seemed wrong. Now, better to let people think I had perished and left this world for good than to let them see me like this.
So, who were the survivors?
I'm not entirely sure, but I remember a few of them. I remember Deus Diablo and Phasmatis and Gandaya. They all had huge parts to play in the construction of the new city. As I remember, they were rewarded quite well for it, with moderator positions and such. Too bad Gan lost his mind somewhere along the way. I think it was the trauma that finally got to him. Of course, he was never quite normal to begin with.
That's very tragic. I thank you for telling me all this. It's been an honor meeting you, Mr. Gwog.
I'm just glad there was finally someone here to listen to my rantings. Good luck down there in the ruins, Mr. I didn't catch your name.
Name's Trescon, and good luck to you too.
Everyone's just forgotten about this place, essentially.
Should have gotten those nasal filters.
did that just to send me a message, didn't you, you arrogant prick? Just to show me that you could take Zero out without killing him. Don't think that's gonna save your ass in the end.
I'm pleased to see you're still the man you used to be, and that Phasmatus knew what he was doing when he entrusted you with the future of our beloved forums. Evil managed to crack the encryption on the rest of Scar's files, so now all you need to do is get back to PDX HQ, and we'll tell you what we found out. Trescon, WorldCorp is moving to invade the city. They're flying troops in from Scar's airfield by the truckload. We have no chance to repel them without Deus here to help us. Please, get back here as fast as you can.
Assassin, but in your efforts to get to the staff before me, you've given me a free hand to take over the city. The pathetic firewall system doesn't stand a chance against my commandos. Soon, I will have full control of the corporate sector. You PDX idiots are so predictable.
Trescon? Trescon! You're back! Are you alright? I saw the collapse and your feed went black. Jesus Christ, what a shock! You've been out all day. I've been sitting here staring at your feet for about 10 hours. Oh, I'm so glad you made it. Everything has gone to shit while you were unconscious. Get your bearings and finish up down there. Then we'll fill you in. Well, your vital signs just came back online. You're looking alright, and all things considered, no major fractures or anything. I think you used one of your 9 lives there. Man. If you're ready to proceed, your immediate objective is to close the thread so the elevator is unlocked again. It's a remnant of some old security measure tied to the firestaff containment chamber. Anyway, while you were down, I wrote a program to close the threads and upload it to the old system down there. It's called delthreads.exe. Unfortunately, the vulnerability I exploited won't let me execute the program as an administrator, so you'll have to find it and execute it for me if you can. The computer near you should provide access. Alternatively, you could probably just blow up those 3 terminals. That may trigger security measures, though. Nicely done! Remind me never to let you near a server farm. As far as I can tell from the seismograph, you appear to have created a fissure in the wall near the console to the east. You should be able to get out through that.
It's here! It's here! You have it! Oh my god! This is incredible. Let me look at it.
Careful not to leave any smudges.
This is surreal. Wow. It's almost too good to be true. It's so beautiful. It almost emanates power. I'd love to study it for a while.
You better give that back to me before you start calling it my precious.
Oh, yes, of course, you need it. Yes, better that way, yes.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Well, I guess I might as well come back to Forum City with you. Well, maybe not with you. I need to gather my things, collect all my notes and such. I'll probably be up in a few days, so keep the elevator generator running, please.
Alright, I may see you later then.
Yes, goodbye. And thanks a lot for keeping your end of the bargain. I feel that my business down here has been taken care of now that the staff has been retrieved. It was too much of a pity to leave it down here, buried in forgotten ruins.
You're welcome.
Oh, before you leave, did you try to lift?
Why?
I think that the automatic security systems locked it down.
As in, it will no longer take me to the surface?
Exactly.
Oh, that's just great. What do I do about it?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but my theory is that you would need to find a thread control complex and close all the old threads. That should make the security systems unlock the elevator.
And do you know how this is done? And where?
Yes, I do. There's a door in some subterranean tunnels underneath the ruins we never managed to unlock. We finally realized that it would only open to somebody who is carrying the firestaff. Since you have it, you should be able to enter the complex.
Alright. And where are these ruins?
To the north. We've dug a tunnel through the rocks to a cavern on the other side. There are some strange white buildings sticking out of the ground. One of them has an entrance to the tunnels.
And the door to the threads?
is solid metal, painted red, and very difficult to miss. Oh, beware of Karkin's tail.
Right. And what do I do to close the threads?
Well, we never actually made it into the complex, but I think there should be control stations or something like that in there. I suggest you try, blowing them up?
I'll see what I can do.
Good.